Assalamualaikum and hi there, I'm Shikin Aziz. In this video, I'm going to explain how air can bring food hazard in food industry, what precautions should be done, and finally we will look at the air criteria for cleaning application. Our surrounding air may carry source of infections such as airborne or aerosol microorganisms. This air contents may be a potential risk to food industry too. If air handling system in food factory does not control the air contamination that entering the food factory, airborne and aerosol microorganism may present everywhere in the factory. And if piping, all right, and if piping that transporting cold liquid, this is an example, okay, that transporting cold liquid is not insulated, uh, airborne, airborne or aerosol microorganisms with the humidity of the air may condensate. And the droplets of water can contaminate the food, okay, the food and equipment surfaces. A good precaution to avoid hazard from condensation is to install insulator layer. Okay, this insulator layer to cover the coal lines in the ceiling of the factory. Some industry install trays with proper drainage underneath the cooling equipment. If let's say there is a product lines under the cooling equipment, there are standard or legal requirement which required food industry to measure the microorganism uh, in the air and to conduct a periodic audit. So this is an example, okay, common normal limits for microorganism in the air, which is around 90 CFU meter cubic, where this is by using air sample techniques. But if let's say the testing being used using a method culture settling method, the normal limit is about 30 CFU per centimeter square per week. All right. So there are a lot of guidelines, and it depends on the industries. And this you need to refer a specific document. All right, for the limits. All right. Now let's look on the Codex Alimentarius. All right. Uh, so this is general principles of food hygiene. The Codex Alimentarius general principles of food hygiene lay a firm foundation for ensuring effective food control and food hygiene. Guideline for air is given in section 4.4.6. Okay, this section entitled Air Quality and Ventilation. All right. Under this section, it states that adequate means of natural or mechanical ventilation should be provided. All right. So that this is which the objective is to minimize airborne contamination of food, to control the ambient temperatures, to control odors, control humidity, right? So then it has states that ventilation system should be designed and constructed so that air does not flow from contaminated areas to clean areas. All right. So uh, it has states clearly, okay, clearly the requirements. All right. For the to maintain the food hygiene in the processing in the food processing industry. Food quality standards provide some guidance on ventilation and air filtration, which typically state the adequate natural or artificial ventilation shall be provided. And it also states that heating, ventilation, and extraction systems must be effective at preventing condensation and excessive dust. And it also required a documented risk assessments, all right, must be conducted to determine the requirement for air filtration. And finally, a system must be in place to maintain positive air pressure from high risk to non-high risk areas. All right, but despite this guidance, the information on the standard, okay, uh, on how to do it is still not enough. All right. Thus, for know-how information, you need to look to food industry guidelines, which give advice on hygienic air quality control. And these common guidelines documents to refer. Some of it are this one, all right, EHEDG, all right, document. Uh, entitled A Handling System in the Food Beverage Industry. Yeah? Okay. EHEDG stands for the European Hygienic Engineering and Design Group. Okay, you may visit to this website, all right, where it has a lot of document, okay, guideline or documents that you can refer. Okay, and then the second document is again published by EHEDG, uh, entitled A Handling System in the Food Industry, with focusing on air control for building ventilation. All right. Next documents published by AHEDG is Hygienic Design Principle for Food Factories, and the other document that commonly referred by industry is Camden BRI. All right. This is one of the organization in the United Kingdom. All right. They provide the guidelines on air quality standard for the food industries. Okay. So, potential source of air contamination may come from air ducts. All right. Okay. So if let's say we don't have a proper filtration, the air duct will going to transfer contaminated air to our processing area. Okay, and then if let's say the air duct is also not maintained properly, because normally the air duct there is a periodic maintenance, okay, schedule in order to change the filter. Sometimes you need to clean the air ducts. If let's say the maintenance is not going as scheduled, all right, so uh, air ducts may provide hazards, okay, to the air and to the factory. Uh, then cooling towers, all right. Cooling towers, okay, if not maintaining properly, it may also uh, uh, provide a place, okay, for microorganism, bacteria, or other harmful contamination inside the cooling towers. Because some in food industry, we also use air ventilation, all right. So this can how to say, cross contaminate the air. And then trash containers. If you leave the containers open, all right, so basically the odor of the from the trash, nasty odor, the nasty smell from the trash uh, may 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 contaminate our surrounding air. All right. And next is contaminated conveyors. Okay, so conveyors as well need proper maintenance. There is we need to have a scheduled maintenance. So dirty contaminated conveyors may also contaminate the air, especially if especially if let's say when you wash the or when you wash the conveyor, sometimes it's splash, okay, the dirt splash right into the air, and the air being contaminated, all right, is something like that. Okay, Now drains and drainage system. Okay, unclean. Okay, dirty drains and drainage system might as well contaminated air. Okay, and floor with cracks and crowded surface, neighboring installation, and wall and ceiling of tunnel pasteurizers, right? uh, some of these surface have a hot surface, some of them are cold surface. So uh, combined with the humidity and air inside the processing area, this can encourage condensation to happen, and later on that droplet from the condensation may contaminate other food surface or food contact surfaces. And then bottle washers, okay, okay, may also contaminate the air. All right. So, besides controlling the good quality of air, uh, all right. Oh, sorry for that. This is besides controlling the good quality air for ventilation. All right. You need to as well uh, understand, okay, uh, how to control the factors, okay, uh, inside the food factory, okay. This uh, uh, this list here, okay, it give it provides you the key factors, okay, uh, to obtain low microorganism counts in the air, okay. So uh, what first is low dust concentration. Normally, high dust concentration around the processing area will have high uh, value of microorganisms, that can be detected. Okay, that can be detected in the air, and then make sure there is no open drains. All right, and then avoid uncovered trash cans. Another things is avoid soil residues on floors, walls, or ceilings. All right. Then a good intensive cleaning and sanitation program. Okay, make sure you have a good intensive cleaning and sanitation program in the plant. And finally, okay, separate the dirt area from the clean area in the plant. Okay, with curtains. Okay, that's why in food industry we do have curtains. Okay, the waterproof curtains, and floor sanitizing mats filled with a sanitizer. Okay. All right. In food manufacturing industry, okay, has a wide application. Okay, so in aseptic system, okay, air is used for filling, all right, and to overpressurize the line and any holding tanks. Uh, Air is also used to protect the aseptic or sterilized zone. Does we really need to filter the air here to meet the regulatory standards? And then air is also used to form a knife, right? To remove excess chemicals and water from packaging. Okay, this normally air knife is commonly being used after you retorting, okay, your products. All right. In some food ingredients, in some food productions, air is also used as food ingredients, as the products are aerated, okay, and fermented. All right. Example of aerated food product is like bread, and chocolate. Okay. Nowadays we do have a chocolate, aerated chocolate. All right. All right. And then air is also commonly used as medium of transportation within production lines, and especially for particulate, okay, particulate ingredients or products. All right. In some food production, air is used to cool the product after cooking or sterilize. All right. And then finally, air is also used as cleaning medium in food industry, especially during initial cleaning in powder industry like spice, milk powder, where the initial cleaning will blow away the residue in the equipment before the next cleaning steps proceeds. Air is also may be used to dry the equipment after the final rinse or sanitizing. Alright, if air is contaminated, cleaning or disinfection of the air must be performed. This can be done with air conditioner, alright, air filters, but however, air filtering by filtering the air will eliminate dust and gross particles that may harbor bacteria, but microorganisms may remain in the air, right? And then we may also use electrostatic filters, all right, UV light or ozone and chemical fogging, all right. So for chemical fogging, hypochlorite fogging using fogging spray gun is commonly done in food industry, as the chemical needed is normally available in the premise, because hypochlorite is commonly being used also for cleaning and sanitizing. All right. So the target concentration for the fogging is fogging solution is within 600 ppm of chlorine. All right. Important to note that before fogging, food products and packaging materials should be removed from the room and vacate the area of all personnel for 2 hours. And after fogging, all food contact surfaces should be rinsed with potable water or with water that containing hypochlorite solution which is about 200 ppm chlorine. All right. In some practice, combined methods will be used to clean and disinfect the air. Okay. Right. So, for example, like chemical fogging with UV light or air filters with UV light, but and then further detail on how to perform cleaning and disinfection of air, you may need to refer the specific guidelines. If you are unsure, you may get expert service from outside. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for watching. Bye.